You are expected.
Good. And on their way back, the others will be able to steer the ship without you, correct?
Yes, they won't be steering anything, to be precise, because Gertrude flies on her own as soon as the coordinates have been set. He thanks you, Tealor Aranthiel. Any other Grand Master would have laughed at him, but you have listened instead. Now he will be the first of his people to meet the Ancient Fathers. It is hard to believe that. Walk blessed, and all the best for your fight.
Thank you. The others are expecting you. Ah, and there's one more thing. This amulet belonged to my son. I want you to have it. Wear it or not, the choice is yours. Now leave. And do not disappoint me.
Welcome aboard. How are things going? Are you ready? Well then. All aboard! Then raise the ramp! She's taking off! And there we go. Good. Very good.
Marvelous.
Simply incredible. Fly!
What did you do? It's a crazy world, isn't it? On our way to a forgotten city in the clouds, and I'm part of it. That just sounds surreal. But anyway, it's good that you're here. I wanted to talk to you. Do you have a second? You have a point there. How should I put it? I wanted to thank you. I'm not sure if you know it, but all that's happened since I plucked you out of that thicket on the Sun Coast, it did something to me. I think I've understood something, as corny as it may sound. It's hard to put into words. You know, I still believe what I told you that time we met at the Dancing Nomad. That we all act as we do because we hope it makes us happy. But somehow, in no small part thanks to my father, I've always considered responsibility and being happy to be contradictory. But actually, that's wrong. It's the exact opposite. In order to be truly content, we need connection. To a person, to a cause, to anything. If you never find that, you'll never find yourself. Yeah, I said that. And I'm responsible for what happened to Adela and to Licia, because I never wanted to be... Maybe not. The fact is, though, that I don't know, that it feels like and I like how that feels. That surprises me. The same goes for our friendship. That's what I wanted to tell you. Thanks. But anyway, enough of this sentimental babble for now. You should probably rest a little. knows what awaits us up there.
Saira, how are... Okay, let's just skip the small talk. I was never good at that. I wanted to see you because there's something I need to show you. Follow me. I couldn't sleep, so I used the chance to take a look around. The thought that Kermine did this all by himself... It's incredible. It would take dozens of Enderalian craftsmen at least 5 years to do this. So, are you ready? Yeah, but just bear with me. You'll be surprised. Ready to go in? Good. Kurmai told me about this place. This sphere is what keeps us in the air, and it draws its energy from the water. Crystal water, that's what he called it. I just had to see it for myself. It's beautiful, don't you think? In any case,
He just can't believe it. No, he just can't believe it.
Oh, damn. No, quickly, run. That should do it. Now, wait a second.
What part of vertical didn't you understand? He thinks his instructions were clear. Stay here. Do nothing. But no. You decide to run around the ship and open whatever door crosses your path. And no, don't look at him like that. Next time, there will be consequences.
Well, okay. Yes. By the name of the sun, I just can't believe it. Here we are, on a mission to save mankind, and instead of sharpening our weapons and talking gloomily, we play hide and seek like two little kids who just stole an apple from their neighbor. That's just bizarre, isn't it? Anyway, I guess we're safe down here, at least for a while. Actually, I don't mind. This place, it makes me feel serene. Lets you forget why we're here. Do I? In a good or bad way? That's good to hear. You know, Saira, I've been thinking about what happened in the castle and the talk we had after that. Well, Do you remember when I said that I should maybe just give up and accept that I'll never be able to fully control that thing inside me? You tried to comfort me and told me that what happened in the castle was just an accident, and that with just enough tenacity, I could make sure it would never happen again. At first I was grateful, but then I thought about it and realized that there was actually some truth in what I had said. You know, all my life, I've tried to kill that part of me because it made me feel despicable. And every time I failed, I hated myself for it and thought that I was just too weak. But that was the wrong way to look at it from the very start. This thing, the only way to truly kill it would be to, and I can't and won't do that. Not now, when there's so much at stake, nor in the future if there is one. No, I won't let it harm anyone ever again. But I'll accept that it's a part of me. You know, Saira, what good did all the self-loathing ever do? I've been dealt a tough hand, and with that thing and these urges inside of me, I'll never be like the others. I think that's the best, maybe the only way to deal with something like this. Accept it, as despicable as it may be, because it is part of who you are. Do you understand what I mean? I'm not deluding myself. Living with this thing will be something I have, but I will always resist. And in the meantime, I will live. I will do all the things that I never, even if the latter would be a rather amusing sight. Yes, and that. It does, yes, and it surprises me just how much. I'm not sure if I could have gotten here without you. Your friendship, it means a lot to me. Cromai should be gone by now, so I think it's safe to go upstairs without him noticing you. For a while, yes. As I said, you will.
Something is at play here, my sir. Why hasn't anyone noticed us yet?
They probably just haven't seen us yet. The clouds, that's it.
Or the city's deserted. Looks like it to me.
Nonsense! Now quiet. He needs to concentrate.
Ah, there you are. I was just about to wake you. We came across the first of these floating buildings about 3 hours ago. The Valley of 1,000 Clouds. That's what the Starlings called it. But as you've noticed, it's a little too, well, quiet. He was at first, yes. But he's grown more distant the closer we've gotten. Let's just hope for the best. No, not at all. But who knows? Maybe it's as the Starling says, and we'll be surprised. Correct, yes. The Nexus Tower. By Malphus, it's a pity we don't have the time to explore. Just imagine how much history is hidden in each one of them. Maybe we can come back here one day, once we've stopped the Well, first of all, let us take a look at it up close. Then...
But still, no one. That must mean something, right?
He will find them. He will find them, and they will listen.
Wait! I think branches are bad. It's not good at all.
My mouth is so beautiful.
Beautiful.
Whoever was capable of creating something like this must also have known things. Let's just wait and see.
Father Uralai, Father Jotanax, Father Rajimon, he is here, and he has found you, just as your prophecy foretold. Now open the gates!
Oh my. I sense drama.
By the stars! Why do you punish him with silence? He found you. He fulfilled your prophecy. So let him inside. No. No, 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 no. This isn't happening. This isn't happening.
Kumai.
Yes. Yes, he is here. He is sorry, Magistra. It was a mistake to come here. This place is dead, and the ancient fathers died with it.
Very poetic, pal, but now you're overdoing it. Who says they're dead? Maybe your ancient fathers just left to someplace else.
Yes, I'm sure they did.
Look, I am sorry this place isn't what you had hoped it would be. I really am. But Dalveric is right. You shouldn't jump to conclusions, and despair won't help you either. We should inspect this place before deciding anything. Don't you agree? The only question is how to get inside.
We could try breaking this gate open.
Splendid idea, boy. Do you have a battering ram with you? Myrid-sized, preferably?
This place must have a side entrance. Kurmai?
Yes, probably.
Well, then let's go look for it. We split up. Dalveric, I suggest you accompany Kurmai and take a closer look at the area around the docks. Legium and I will examine the eastern part of the city. And you and Sister Sakarish scout the west. If anyone finds anything, call the rest of the group before doing anything else. Now off you go.
Poor man. All his life he has worked for this, and now it turns out he'd been chasing ghosts all along. Let's just hope the architects of this place didn't take their knowledge with them to the grave, or wherever they are now. This is going to be interesting, that's for sure. Come on, you go ahead. I'll be right behind you. Sayura, over here. Looks like a side entrance. Maybe it leads to the main tower, too. Come, let us go get the others.
Good. That looks exactly like what we needed. Anything we should know about the interior, Kermai? Traps?
No.
Well then. Liam and Delveric, you stay and guard the ship. If we haven't returned, or if you haven't heard from us within 12 hours, you're to take the ship back to Ark. Understood?
Understood.
Then let's be off. Let's see. This is Starling's script, but it's different. Blazes. Can you take a look at that, Kermai?
Of course. He sees. That's very... all right, yes. These are directions. To the left is the Shorai, which roughly means workshop. The right corridor leads to the living quarters. He thinks the Shorai will lead us to the top of the main tower.
Good. Then left we go. I suppose this is where the council held their meetings, isn't it, Kermai? Wait, where is he?
Huh? What in blazes? He was here a second ago.
Wonderful. We need to find him. Let's split up. We'll meet up again here.
So? Any luck? You're right, but why did he run off in the first place? That's just careless.
I couldn't agree more, but at least now we have a trail. Let's see if the lever still works. There you go. Then let's see where that leads.
What now, Magistra?
Let's take a look around. He must have gone somewhere.
That's what I call well hidden. Kirash, this is beautiful. What is this place, Magistra? Can you read the glyphs?
I'll try. Yes, that? Tower of Memories. That should be it. Let me read some more. Blazes, this is tricky, but by Malphas. Yes! We got lucky. The prophetess was right. This is an archive. The archive, to be precise. The gathered memories of the ancient starlings.
But there's nothing here.
We will see about that. Come.
Was unexpected. What now?
One moment. Ah, here.
Wait, what's happening here, Magistra?
The starling prophecies were right. The ancient fathers have lived in this place for eras, maybe eons. And throughout the years, they have documented the rise and fall of every civilization. Correct. And they witnessed all of it. Their creation, their bloom, and their downfall. Well, that's the big question, isn't it? But I fear we have no time to wonder about that. At least not for the moment. Correct. And yet, they never helped any of the civilizations that were extinguished by it.
But why? This is murder. If they know how to defend themselves against the High Ones, why didn't they share that knowledge?
Who knows? Maybe their hands were tied somehow. Or that. But that's just speculation. What we do know is that neither the Red Madness, the High Ones, nor the Cleansing could harm them, and that their knowledge might be the key to completing the beacon. Now, would you look at that? Welcome to the memories of the Ancient Fathers. Let's see what we can learn from it. Yes, the Grand Master was right about this. The Pyrean history should perfectly reflect the different phases of the cycle, including the cleansing. The sixth step. The cycle concludes, the cleansing happens, and mankind vanishes just like that. Do you see this temple in the background? This must be the temple in the city of 1,000 floods, the heart of the Pyrean realm. That's the first step of the cycle. Out of nothing, life forms itself, and from that life, man evolves and starts populating the earth. The second step of the cycle, just as the Grandmaster said. A first civilization arises, blossoms, and falls. For us, it was Asadaron's reign of the Eterna, which collapsed after Starfall. Who knows what it was in the age of the Pyreans? Let me see. Yes, this is the creation of a theocracy. After the first civilization falls, a second one arises. That is reigned over by a few who proclaim themselves gods. Do you see the hats? These were the sun priests of the Pyrean realm, the equivalent of our Lightborn.
That's step number 4, the downfall of the rulers. For us, it was the Shadow God and Narazul Aranthiel who killed the Lightborn. In the Pyrean age, it was this general, Jakal. He was a member of one of the reigning castes himself, but one day turned against them. The Archmagister told me all about it. He was the Pyrean Shadow God and the Pyrean Taurenar Quarek, all in one, so to speak.
The chaos, the war, the Red Madness. This is the 5th step, where we are right now. Do you see this shape in the background? This must be the High Ones who are behind all of it. The cycle nears its end. And after the 6th step, it all starts over. So this is the final proof. Everything that has happened to the Pyreans, and probably to those before them too, is now happening to us. That's the question, but by the gods.
What?
Mankind. It ascends to the sky, to the High Ones. Oh, by the righteous path, now it finally makes sense. All of it. Mankind doesn't vanish at the end of a cycle. It becomes a High One. That is how they reproduce, how they feed, or whatever you wish to call it. Don't you see? These shapes that ascend skywards. They're thoughts, our consciousness, our souls, and all of them together form a new High One.
So you are saying that what a High One really is the consciousness of an entire civilization?
Yes, it's our memories, our thoughts, our dark knowledge, our collective consciousness. This is monstrous. Yes, by the righteous path, that's it. Korek is right. In a way, humanity does reach a new level of existence, because it becomes one of those beasts. Oh, yes, we do. The word of the dead. You said the aged man left it for you, didn't you? Then this is the way. The Numenos. I know what it is. Or rather, what we need to fill it with. The essence of a High One. It's hard to explain. The problem with the High Ones is that they don't have a physical shape, and this makes it hard to fight them. They are everywhere and nowhere, just like the air. This is why we need the beacon to fight it. It has the power to banish them. It's an assumption, but a well-grounded one. What the beacon does is channel massive amounts of energy and unleash it on its core. Isn't it logical, then, that we need something of what we want to banish? Like an energy signature inside it. It might sound far-fetched to you, but it feels right. Well, this is where it gets complicated, but I think I also have an answer to that. The word of the dead. We need to use it on a high one, to enter its mind. If there's any...
But even if that would work, where are we supposed to find a high one? You said it yourself, Magistrate. They don't have a physical form, and even if they had, they surely wouldn't reveal themselves to us.
That is correct, but I know where to find one. Where the last cleansing took place. That is where we need to go. And once we are there, you need to listen to the echo.
Of course. You can see what happened back then.
Correct. The echo grants you the ability to feel and relive the memories of this world. But since the High Ones are immaterial and will not reveal themselves to us when we want them to, all we can do is travel back to a point where they did. The last cleansing, where the Pyreans became one of them. Yes, this means that we have to find the holy city of the Pyreans, where the last cleansing took place, the city of floods. Yes, but we just learned that devouring us is what allows the High Ones to create a new one of their own. In other words, death is what a High One consists of. It's a giant, sentient, and ethereal corpse in a way. If the word of the dead doesn't work on them, it shouldn't work on anything. At least, that is one way to see it. Let us hope I'm right. Well, I hope this place can help us find the answer. If the ancient starlings witnessed the entire cycle of the Pyreans, then they surely knew a lot about the geography of the world as it was back then as well. We need to keep searching. Come, let us go back to the tower.
Entities who reproduce by devouring the consciousness of an entire civilization? That's just bizarre.
Is it? Don't we ourselves breed pigs so that we may eat them once they are fat enough? In a way, the High Ones are just like us, except that it's our thoughts that they are after rather than our bodies. It bears a certain kind of logic. You cannot deny that.
Knowing that, Korak's story about mankind ascending to another level isn't as far-fetched as it first sounded. We don't cease to exist. We coalesce into something else. Into a High One.
Yes, but is this new High One really us? Or does it just need us to come forth? Yes, we know now that this is how they reproduce. But we still know far too little. How did they come into being? How long has this been going on? So many questions.
True, but if I may say so, Magistra, we should save the philosophical questions for after we have stopped the cleansing.
Of course. Well then, let's see what...
Kermai?
They are here! They have been here all along!
Kermai! Where by the righteous path were you?
He was a fool to bring you here! You Soilborn are too dangerous! You've always been! But he was too blinded by his dream to finally finish her and sail home!
I don't like this, Magistra.
What are you talking about, Kermai? The fact that the ancient starlings left this city doesn't have anything to do with us.
Stop talking! Darn it, you are so ignorant! They are here, but they won't reveal themselves to us because they don't accept your presence! Because you are unworthy of them! Nonsense! Even your mightiest of magics is child's play compared to the ancient technology. He will prove his worth to them. He will show that he deserves to live among them. The Soilborn have to die, and then the Fathers will reveal themselves. But how?
Kermai, stop this! Right now!
The defense system, of course. They will understand.
To arms.
What is this noise?
Forgive him. It has to be done.
And leave!
Enemies, get ready. That was all of them, I think. Saira, what happened up there? The Magistra, she didn't deserve that. Yes, of course. But what now, Saira? We now know what the Numinos is, but we still need a map to help us find... And surviving these creatures will be a challenge, too. Yes, you're right, we do. That means back to the dock. Come on, let's get back to that elevator. Kira. So much for that. First, let's look around. Magister Diana. She was already a keeper long before the Grandmaster was even born. It's just not fair. That looks good. Let us hope it also leads us down the tower. Careful. That was only fun. Hirash. That doesn't look good. That's one way to put it. This flying steel creature must have noticed them. Yes, that would be the most reasonable thing to do. But as long as that alarm is active, in other words, we need to find a way to switch it off. Well, that's what we need to find out. But do you remember that Surai that Kormai told us about when we first entered the tower? He said it meant something like workshop. That doesn't look good. That's one way to put it. This flying steel creature must have noticed them. Yes, but as long as... Well, that's what we need to find out. But do you remember that Surai that Kormai told us about? Enemies, get ready. Steal the essence of the high one. That sounds so bizarre. Look, over there. That looks promising. to deactivate this alarm. So, did it work? Damn it. But... Run!
True. Well, that's what I thought too. When this flying thing started tearing apart our ship, thank chance I was on land. The novice, Legion. He didn't make it.
By Malphus. Then we're the only ones left.
The only ones. So the Starling and the Magistrate didn't make it either? Oh, that's tragic. I'm ashamed to ask, but what about the Numinos? Did you find anything out about it? A map? If I believed in such things, I'd call this a twist of fate. I think I know where we can find one. And up there could also be our passage back.
Up where?
Follow me. I'll show you.
How did you make it here, Meister Dalvarik? And what is this? Some kind of tunnel system?
Please, just to spar. I think we've been through enough together by now for that. And concerning your question, there was another entrance into the tower that led me right into these tunnels. There must have been shortcuts for the ones whose job it was to keep this place running. At least that's my guess. But it appears that you can reach almost any place in this Nexus tower through the tunnels. And that's just what we need.
At least one lucky break.
Don't say that too loud. For all we know about this place so far, there could be some secret mechanism that floods these tunnels with poison gas.
Wait, I don't like this.
Damn it, that just had to happen, didn't it? To the other building, quickly.
Here we are. Care to fill us in on your plan now, Jespar?
First, we need to find our map. And then, well, then we each take a seat in one of these capsules and let ourselves drop.
We let ourselves drop?
They're escape pods. Kamai had similar ones on the airship, and I just hope they work as intended. Unless you have a better plan, of course.
No.
Good, then get going. Let's find that map. Is that it? Great! Down to the pods, quickly!